Yo guys, as you can tell by the thumbnail and by the title of this video, I am going to be doing my early Summerslam predictions. As you can see by the thumbnail, I predicted night 1 and night 2 on June 1st of matches that I felt at the current time on June 1st, even though it wasn't that long ago, but you know what I mean, of what the match card for night 1 and night 2 could look like at SummerSlam. And I'm also going to do another video in July, when July 1st hits. I'm going to do another video on my predictions again, because obviously I haven't filled night 1 and night 2 out yet for July, but when I'm going to do that next month and see how close we get with my June and July predictions. And then obviously when the card is officially all done, I'll do an actual official prediction video. But yeah, I you know what's a bit crazy though is that I had Sami Zayn and Cody Rhodes in matches, and obviously the winner of the King Queen of the Rings get a World Heavyweight Championship match or Women's Championship match at SummerSlam. And before even knowing who was in the brackets for the Men's King of the Ring, I expected them to do Sami Zayn versus Jey Uso. So that was going to be my main event for night 1. That's what I felt was going to be the main event, for night 1. And I felt they were going to do Sami Zayn versus Jey Uso, and they were going to do Sami Zayn versus Cody Rhodes in the finals of the King of the Ring tournament in Saudi Arabia in 2 weeks' time. So I predicted that Sami Zayn would win the King of the Ring. He would go on to face Jey Uso at SummerSlam, what the hell, brother versus brother, Uso versus Uso, ultimate babyface versus ultimate babyface, and they would have a fantastic match with one another. Sami Zayn would win his first ever World Heavyweight Championship, just to be cashed in on by Seth freaking Rollins. Because what WWE are trying to do at the moment, they're trying to figure out ways for Seth Rollins to be booed, because at the moment people are singing his song. Maybe changing his song would be the better option, but I think the song that he has suits him. Like, it just suits Seth. And yeah, so they're trying to figure out ways to get Seth Rollins to be booed, and I think that is the perfect opportunity right there for Seth Rollins to be booed, because he's just cashed in on a ultimate babyface Sami Zayn, who's just had a fantastic match with Jey Uso, and he's won his first ever World Heavyweight Championship, and he gets cashed in on by Seth Rollins. Like, that was like a perfect opportunity right there, and that's what I believe was going to happen. But obviously somebody else right now is the World Heavyweight Champion. Hold up, guys. Oh, I paused it and unpaused it really quickly. The second match I predicted to happen on night 1 at SummerSlam is Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins. That gives us a bit of a worry that Seth could possibly cash it in on Sami or Jey Uso later on that night. It could also give us a worry that he's going to cash it in on my main event of night 2. Won't get onto that one yet, but there, there's a possibility there with Seth being on the actual card. And obviously he hasn't had his one-on-one match, and the rivalry they haven't revisited the rivalry with Roman Reigns yet, considering Roman Reigns has yet to get his revenge on Seth and Braun Breaker, especially because of what happened, well, and Bronson Reed, I guess, because of what happened the night after WrestleMania. So I was expecting them to do Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins at SummerSlam, which they could still do Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins at SummerSlam, and the Sami Zayn versus Jey Uso is probably unlikely, but now that Jey Uso isn't World Heavyweight Champion, Sami or Jey could turn, maybe Jey turns heel on Sami Zayn for whatever reasoning, I don't know, there might be something that gives Jey a reason to turn heel, and maybe they do that match at SummerSlam, I don't know, but I for the what I predicted on June 1st, not July 1st, on June 1st, Sami Zayn winning the King of the Ring tournament and then facing Jey Uso for the World Heavyweight Championship and then gets cashed in on Seth Rollins. Like, that would have been like a perfect storyline right there, but oh well. And then the third match I predicted and I knew was going to happen for months on end now is Solo Sikoa versus Jacob Fatu for the United States Championship. And now what's happened at Money in the Bank, I can see them having a few matches. I can see them doing Solo Sikoa versus Jacob Fatu at Saturday night's main event, but I can also see them revisiting the match again and doing it again at SummerSlam, but maybe in some sort of like bloodline stipulation, like some sort of like bloodline stipulation anyway. And then I have Bayley versus Becky Lynch for the Intercontinental Championship, because I feel like they're going to do one more match or maybe two matches. There's only one more pay-per-view, isn't there? Well, they could do it at Saudi, I guess, and then maybe they do it at Saturday night's main event. So I could see them doing one or two more matches with Bayley and Lyra involved. But then at SummerSlam, I think it's just going to be a one-on-one match with Bayley and Becky Lynch for the Intercontinental Championship. Lyra will go off and do something else. But yeah, so yeah, I've got Bayley facing Becky Lynch in a one-on-one match for the Intercontinental Championship. And then I have Jade Cargill facing Tiffany Stratton, because Jade Cargill wins the Queen of the Ring. Again, I predicted Jade Cargill to win Queen of the Ring before she was actually officially announced for the show. But there's two people that I actually have winning the Queen of the Ring. There's another person that we'll get onto when I get onto her match, but Jade Cargill was one of my picks to win the Queen of the Ring. So yeah, obviously when July comes around, we will know who the winners are of the Queen and Kings of the Ring. So it'd be very interesting to see what route they go down and see if I've got it right or not. But yeah, there's a possibility that we could get two cash-ins happening at SummerSlam. Like Sami again, same potentially could have got cashed in on by Seth, but unfortunately that won't happen now. But we could get a Jade Cargill winning the briefcase and she gets cashed in on by Naomi. Like there's that possibility of them doing that now instead, because they can't do obviously Sami versus Jey Uso cashing in on each other because Jey Uso is no longer World Heavyweight Champion. But like I said, I wanted to still do this even though stuff's changed now, because this was my June prediction of SummerSlam, my early predictions of SummerSlam. And then the last match I have, so I've got 6 matches on night 1, and that is Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed versus New Day for the World Tag Team Championship, because I think and I believe that we need a tag team that is actually dominant and that is actually willing to put the title on the line constantly, because Bron Breakker is one of those wrestlers that they want on the show constantly, whether that's just a backstage segment, an interview, and getting involved in people's matches. They somehow make Bron, a part of Bronson, but Bron Breakker especially a part of the show. So I feel like having Bron Breakker and Bronson go after the tag team championships, it might actually help the tag team Raw division a little bit. So that was my 6th match that I had a good probably storyline for night 1 of SummerSlam. And then night 2, I have, in the main event, I have Cody Rhodes, CM Punk and John Cena for the WWE Championship. That's a possibility that Seth could cash in on one of those 3. Because obviously Sami Zayn, if Jey Uso was World Heavyweight Champion, he would get a one-on-one match with Jey Uso, but because Cody Rhodes didn't win the King of the Ring tournament, he doesn't get a one-on-one match with the WWE Champion. But I did believe on June 1st that he would be involved in some sort of match for the WWE Championship, and I expected to also for them to include CM Punk, and then maybe they have another triple threat at Crown Jewel between the 3 of them, and then maybe they do another One Contenders match between Cody Rhodes and CM Punk, and CM Punk wins and he gets his final last match with John Cena at Crown Jewel. That's what's kind of hoping for, that we got a little bit of a long storyline with both CM Punk and Cody Rhodes, and maybe Randy Orton inserted himself into that somehow. That would have been quite nice for John Cena to have a long title run. Not a long title run, sorry, a long storyline with somebody or multiple people, but I don't know. The only two people that I want John Cena to now have a one-on-one match is, I think he's going to have a one-on-one match with AJ Styles at Clash in Paris, because the Paris fans, or French fans, absolutely love AJ Styles, and that would be a way for John Cena to actually be bullied. Bullied? No, be booed, not bullied. And then the other person that I believe should have a one-on-one match with John Cena is Seth Rollins, because of their 2015 match at Summerslam. So I do believe that Seth Rollins and AJ Styles and CM Punk, I guess, because he hasn't actually officially had his match yet, and I'm filming this after Raw, so I know that CM Punk's facing John Cena at Saudi, but technically he hasn't had that match yet, so I believe that only those three are worthy to have a one-on-one match with John Cena. But then after those three have had matches with John Cena one-on-one, they need to do like multi-person matches, so I'm hoping that's what they're going for at SummerSlam. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. And then I had Ilya Dragunov as the fourth man in that King of the Ring tournament, but well, now I have him, not them when I was predicting this, but now I have Ilya Dragunov as the fourth man in the King of the Ring. But I did have Ilya Dragunov facing Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship, because Gunther obviously lost Jey Uso on Monday Night Raw, and he inserted himself back into the Intercontinental Championship picture so that he had a title, and that's when he had a feud with Ilya Dragunov for the Intercontinental Championship at SummerSlam, because I would have way preferred to see Ilya Dragunov versus Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship, because I feel like that's a championship that Ilya Dragunov is more worthy of winning instead of the World Heavyweight Championship. So that's why I predicted that Jey was not losing on Monday Night Raw a couple of nights ago, but unfortunately Jey lost, and now Gunther's World Heavyweight Champion. And if they do Ilya versus Gunther for World Heavyweight Championship, I just feel like it's too pointless for me, because I feel like it's very obvious that Gunther's winning. I don't know, but I did predict that it would be Ilya Dragunov versus Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship, because I just felt that match just sounds better, in my opinion. And then the third match I have for night 2 is Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan versus Finn Balor and Roxanne Perez. And as you could hear in my previous prediction, I predicted that Gunther would be the Intercontinental Champion, because I do believe that Finn Balor before SummerSlam cost Dom the Intercontinental Championship, setting up Dominic and Liv Morgan versus Finn and Roxanne at SummerSlam in a mixed tag team match, which I actually do believe that they are going to do. Like, that's probably one of the matches that I actually 100% think they're doing, and obviously Solo versus Jacob as well. But a lot of these I don't know if they'll do them. I don't know, but at the moment, depending on what matches WWE do, I am preferring my own predictions, because I have they make sense. I'm not doing like dream matches. I'm doing actual matches that made sense when I did this prediction. But yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see. The fourth match I had is Charlotte Flair versus Alexa Bliss versus Julia for the United States Championship, because there's that tension between Alexa and Charlotte there, and there's also tension between Alexa and, not tension, but Alexa was like she's teamed up with the United States Championship, so I feel like she wanted to, and she would want to insert herself into the United States picture if Julia was to win the United States Championship, which I really do see her doing. So that's why I predicted that they would do Charlotte Flair versus Alexa Bliss versus Julia for the United States Championship, which I would be so down for those three to have a match for the United States Championship. Yeah, and then as I was saying earlier, my second pick for the Queen of the Ring to win it is Stephanie Booker. Like that, she is my second pick to win it, and to obviously pick Io Sky, because what a match that would be. I know they've had a match before, but this would be like a proper match, because obviously that one got interrupted by Roxanne Perez and Julia. So them to have a proper one-on-one match with no interferences would be fucking sick, and it would be an absolute classic between Stephanie Booker and Io Sky for the Women's World Championship. Like, that is what I really want to see. So Jade Cargill is my first person to win Queen of the Ring, and then Stephanie Booker is my second pick. I don't have a third pick. Yeah, I only think those two are winning it. One of those two, I think. Anyway, I hope. And then the hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th match. So I've got 7 matches from that too. I think I've already said that, but I'm not too sure. I have Motor City Machine Guns versus DIY versus Wyatt 6 versus the Wyatt 6 versus Fraxium versus the Street Profits for the Tag Team Championships, because I feel that the Street Profits have beef with every single tag team, and I feel that every single tag team on SmackDown right now is going to have like multiple matches with one another, and they're all going to, like, one of them is going to win one match, like Fraction's going to win against DIY, for example, and then DIY will beat Motor City Machine Guns, and then the White Six will beat Motor City Machine Guns, and then Motor City Machine Guns will beat DIY. Like, they're all just like going to swap and like win matches in the next coming like weeks, and I feel like because they've all won matches, they all feel that they deserve a shot at the Street Profits, and I believe that they're going to do like some sort of like fatal 5-way like tornado tag maybe, or fatal 5-way no disqualification, street fight, like something, or ladder match maybe between all 5 teams for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship, because that will be like crazy, and there'll be so much shit happening because we've got 5 fantastic tag teams in one match together. That would be just so insane, and I really want Street Profits to have a multi-man match, because the last one that they did for the on the main event of SmackDown a few weeks ago for in a ladder match was absolutely incredible. So imagine what all 5 of them can do in one ring, and maybe they included Pretty Deadly as well, and it's a 6-way tag team match. So maybe Pretty Deadly as well could be involved. Maybe that's a prediction for night 2 or night 1 for my next prediction video in July, maybe. And then the last match I have is Naomi versus Bianca Belair, because I believe that they are going to have a one-on-one match at some point, and I believe that SummerSlam is the right fit for Naomi versus Bianca Belair in a one-on-one match, because it gives them enough time to have feuds with one another. So yeah, there, my 7 matches, not 7, sorry, my 15 matches that I have predicted for the early SummerSlam card. And then, like I've already said quite a few times now, next month I will do a prediction at the beginning of July as well, and see how many I get right when they actually start making matches official in the middle of July, sorry. So I definitely need to predict this one in early July, otherwise I'm going to kind of be cheating a little bit, because if I do it towards the end of July, we already know the majority and probably every single SummerSlam match, so because it's at the beginning of August. So this will definitely be predicted like very early in July, and yeah, let's see how many I get right. There might be some matches the same, or there might be some different matches, but I think even if I get some of the matches that I predicted in June right for the August actual official predictions, then I have got some of the card right, which is quite crazy. But I don't know, I just feel like all those matches that I've said to you guys they all made actually so much sense, because obviously they can't do Sami Zayn versus Jey Uso for the World Heavyweight Championship now, and Seth Rollins cashes in on a new World Heavyweight Champion in Sami Zayn because Jey Uso is no longer champion. And I felt like Ilya Dragunov deserved an Intercontinental Championship match against Gunther than a World Heavyweight Championship match yet. So I just feel like my card just makes so much more sense than probably the SummerSlam card is going to be. Like, I probably would have preferred my card than I would prefer their card. I do believe that. I do actually really truly believe that I am going to enjoy my card than I am the actual SummerSlam card. But I don't know, I guess we'll have to wait and see if WWE's creative team can cook us up a really, really enjoyable SummerSlam. card. But yeah guys, I am going to be filming another video. I'm going to be filming my t-shirt haul, my WWE t-shirt. I have about 39 t-shirts I think it is, and I was meant to film this like so many times, I just haven't got around to it, but I'm definitely going to be filming that today. I'm not entirely sure when this video is going to be up. I probably will put it up soon because I don't want to put it up too late into June, so it probably will be up at maybe some point next week, and then my t-shirt haul will also be out at some point next week. So maybe, I'm not too sure yet. This video will be out whenever you're watching it, of course, but in my head right now I'm not entirely sure when I'm going to upload this video. But anyways guys, let me know in the comment section down below, do you want to see if Jey Uso was still World Heavyweight Champion and Ilya Dragunov returned to face Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship, would you be happy with this match card? Like, if this was the match card for SummerSlam in August, would you be happy with this, or would you not be happy and change some things about this SummerSlam? So yeah, let me know in the comments down below if you agreed with my SummerSlam card or you didn't, because I'd be very interested to know. But anyways guys, this has been Charlie, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.